Michael, performance might not have been what you wanted on Tuesday night, but you'll take 3 points and a clean sheet every time, won't you?
Yeah, ideally you'd always deliver it with a performance, but I think it shows how far we've come. Really, that I've heard a few people saying, "Oh, we weren't great. I think we went 9 months without winning a game at home." So now people are questioning how we've won at home. So I'll always take a win all day long. Yes, we know we can play better than that. We have played better than that and lost this season. So it'd be more worrying if it was every week. But a win's a win, a clean sheet's a clean sheet, and what's every game. That's what we're striving to do.
And do you feel that sometimes things are now beginning to even themselves out with the hard work that you've put in as a team and a squad?
I don't know whether it evens itself out. You can only play against what you're put up against. So I thought it was a red card. I thought that's not up to us. You know, we don't plan to play against 10 men very often. It's difficult. You can't plan the weather either. The weather was difficult. It was a difficult night. More so the wind, but obviously with the wetness of the pitch as well, it slicks it up. So we went too straight too quickly. We didn't switch the play, which is one of our stronger aspects of our game. So it is difficult. So there's always hard work going on. I said it when we couldn't win again. There was always hard work going on. So that ethos never goes away. Really, it comes from within me, and the players have bought into it. So that will always happen.
And I suppose one of those where very easy to point out what you need to improve on to go to Colchester.
Yeah, well, there was good and bad, as in every game. So we kept a clean sheet, but we could have defended better during the game. But you take all the emotion out of it and all things like that, and people say, oh, it was this, it was that, and the ref did this, and the ref did that. Scott Flynder's not made a save. So they've had 2 goals disallowed, rightly so, because they were offside. They were tight, but they were offside. We've had 2 goals disallowed. One of them was actually onside, Luke Varney's. No one said anything about that one. It was onside. I've seen that one back. So this is what, after a game, you know, people get so emotional because they get het up in what's just gone on. But strip it all back, we've won the game. Their keeper's made 3 or 4 saves, and our keeper's not made one. So it's probably a better performance than what you might actually think. But I think that's more of a compliment to how well we've done in recent weeks, of how well we've played and how good the football's been. That when we weren't quite at it, people are going, oh, you weren't very good today. No, but we won. So there's always that yin and yang.
Colchester, one of the inconsistent teams in League Two that you've spoken about, sort of why this division is so competitive.
Yeah, they were on a really good run, tailed off a little bit, so they'll be looking to get back, and I know they had a good result at the weekend against Northampton, but they'll be looking to kick back and to get them back. Well, they are in the playoff mix, but try and get themselves, cement themselves in those playoffs.
Obviously, you've got to play everyone twice, but is there, you know, sometimes can you get a little bit of fortune about the timing of when you play teams?
Not really. Like, I suppose there is a little bit. Like if you catch a team on form and you catch a team, like I said, they just come off. I think it was a 3-0 win at Northampton. So it's going to be a difficult game. There's a long way to go. They're at home, we're away. Obviously, they're near the top and we're near the bottom. So form says that it will be a difficult game.
Harry Pell, obviously, in their ranks. The fact that he left here back in the summer, and there's been so many changes since, I suppose that kind of takes a lot of the emotion out of it, although possibly one more for the fans than the players and people involved.
Well, I'm sure the club and him have an affiliation. You know, I don't know him from Adam, so I know he was here. I know he done well here, and the club sold him for money, so he must have done something right. John McGreal's a good friend of mine. The managers, I know he likes him and he thinks he's done well for him as well. So I'm sure some of the lads will say hello to him. But as far as I'm concerned, it's not about Cheltenham and Harry Pell. It's about Cheltenham and Colchester. 3 points.
Injuries? How's the squad?
I've not checked yet, so you just pulled me out of a meeting. So I think Alex was the obvious one. We're not sure where he's at. I think he'll be struggling for the weekend, if I'm brutally honest. But we're not sure what sort of length of time the injury will be or how bad the hamstring is. So other than that, I think everyone else came through unscathed.
And those who came in the final week of the transfer window, how do you feel that they're settling in going forwards?
Yeah, there's always going to be a settling in period. I think Jordan came in and done well the other day. Billy's come in and influenced games. He's done well. I think Rakesh showed you what he's about. the one chance that they did get, or a couple of chances you get in, but it's that real threat running in behind. And obviously he probably wasn't as good as he's been, but he's part of a clean sheet the other day, and I think he's been outstanding for the 2 games before that. So they've all bedded in pretty well.
Thank you, good luck.
Cheers.
Michael, how important was it for the players on Tuesday to see that they could grind out that result against the Oval, especially going to like a team that's challenging for the playoffs now in Colchester?
Yeah, well, we know it's going to be a tough game. So they've shown that they can be resilient. We've come from 2-0 down against Macclesfield, we've come from 2-0 down against Forest Green, so ideally you don't go 2-0 down, but we went 2-0 down against Stevenage early in the season and looked dead. So I think that shows the growth in the mentality of the group, if they do believe in themselves a little bit more and they can recognise, right, we're not quite at it, so you can't, some days you're just not going to play well. So recognise, and that's what we did the other day, but we recognised we limited their opportunities, and we turned it into a horrible game which suited us in the end.
And one of the previous managers' last fixtures was Colchester at home. Do you think now this is a great chance for the players to show just how far they've come in that time? They obviously lost that game.
I don't think it's about I think it's just an opportunity to go and improve our position in the league. So we've got that 8-point buffer, but we had that before and it went down to 2 quickly. So we're still aware that we still need to keep going, and so I don't think I think we're both probably completely different teams to what that fixture was. So it's up to the players to deliver a performance to keep us to shoot us higher up the league.
And just finally, I spoke to Ben Tozer last week. He praised you on how quickly, when you came in, you got the defensive line sort of solid and sorted. Is that a staple for you? But being a former defender, is that going to be a sign of like Michael Duff teams to come, that you want that defence solid and drilled?
You always want it solid and drilled. I've always played in a back 4, so playing in a back 3 is completely new to me, from a playing point of view. But the fundamentals of defending don't change. Whether it's Bobby Moore 50 years ago, if you're a good defender, you're a good defender. You make good decisions. You're strong in the air. You delay rather than diving in. So it's getting the defenders to do those sorts of things. Now we are aware that we are a little bit more open because we're playing with a back 3 at times, which defend the full width of the pitch with 3 is obviously more difficult than it is a 4. So you probably will give up more chances. But on the flip side to that, we're creating a lot more and we're more dominant with the ball. So it's trying to do all the good stuff and limit the damage at the other end, which we did well with that.